So on the route today, we are going to start from Altoona Beach, drive to downtown Eau Claire, Phoenix Park, and then continue on our trip to Carson Park. I am using full self-driving beta version 10.12.2. Let's get on with the ride. And we'll see if we can maintain our low intervention count. We'll enable full self-driving right here. We do have a stop sign right at the top of the hill. Car stopped, but it was a little late. Oh boy. Here we are at an unprotected intersection from our standpoint. We don't have a stop sign, but the car is waiting to see if there's traffic proceeding through the intersection. So everything looked good, and we're proceeding on our route. So no traffic coming in from the left. We will proceed on the route. We made the right turn, and we're continuing on our trip. So the first part of this route is going to be very scenic, and then we'll get into the downtown area where we'll see more congestion, potentially some pedestrians, definitely parked cars to work around as we navigate through the trip. Ending at Phoenix Park, we will then continue on to Carson Park. The car is doing a great job maintaining the center of the lane down this windy road. And I do have the set speed at 5 miles an hour over the speed limit. So depending on the type of road that we're on, we will have to interact with the steering wheel just a little more. So on the bottom it says apply slight pressure to the steering wheel. And that's so that the car knows that we are there. Nice easy morning drive here in Eau Claire, Wisconsin. Beautiful summer day. I'm going to show full screen here to highlight some of the visualizations that the car sees around us. So it sees oncoming traffic, picks up the biker in the bike lane to our left, and we should see this pedestrian up here as well. And there he is. We are coming up on a right-hand turn with the stop sign. It's unprotected from the left. Traffic does not have a stop sign from the left. Car signals a turn, comes up to the intersection. It's creeping forward to make sure there's no traffic and makes the turn. Very nicely done. And I find that the car does an excellent job of maintaining the center of the lane, using the lane markings. This time of year in the summer, it's actually very easy for the car to pick those up. In the wintertime, sometimes it struggles, especially if there's a lot of surface contamination like dirt and snow on the road. But today it's doing an excellent job. It's at a stop sign, it's creeping forward, making sure everything looks good, and it makes the turn. Everything looked good there. And here we are at the first stoplight. Again, we're seeing excellent visualization of the traffic. The car provides great situational awareness. So we've got the light change green, it indicated it right here on the screen. And it's proceeding through the intersection. Going a little slow here, it's just because we're following a car that's going slow. We're going to make this stop for the next stoplight. And again, excellent traffic visualization here. Green light, we're going. And this road will proceed directly to downtown Eau Claire. You know, the only time I realize what gas prices are when I drive by a gas station and see how insanely high that they are getting. And here in Wisconsin, I realize the prices aren't anywhere near what it is on the West Coast or East Coast, other parts of the United States. But for this area, $4.65 a gallon is pretty high. We don't think about gas all that often anymore, except when we fill gas engines like our lawnmower, and then the gas usage is very minimal. Most of the power for this car comes from charging on our solar panel system at home. In fact, I charged it overnight to 80%, and I would say 80 to 90% of the charging that I do in this vehicle is from our solar system on the roof. We have a green light and we're proceeding through the intersection. A little zippy car up there decided to get in front of us really quickly. And so I've got the set speed on our car for 5 car lengths. We're going to decrease that to 2 because we're driving slow. So that'll help us get to speed a little faster and maintain our set speed through the rest of this drive. Car signals for the left-hand turn to follow our route. You can see it here on the map how we're doing. Got the green arrow, so we're going through the intersection. Picked a nice line through there. I don't think it cut that corner too sharp. If there was traffic in the intersection, it would have cleared pretty easily. I'm going to make this wide screen so we can see the visualization for the railroad crossing coming up here. So it actually picks that up as stoplights. If you did catch it back there, it did pick up the railroad crossing marking on the road on the visualization here. But in terms of visualizing railroads and railroad tracks, it doesn't do that. It just shows it as an intersection. So we're following some nice curvy corners, proceeding into downtown, going by Banbury Place. This is the old Uniroyal tire factory in Eau Claire, Wisconsin, where they used to make tires. It's been repurposed as a multi-tenant office business type building. And there's some really neat shops in that area. Good, so we're slowing down for the car that made the right-hand turn. And proceeding on our route. We'll take this down a small hill and then we'll be in the downtown area. Car does an excellent job through this intersection. A lot of different lane markings, so you did see some confusion right there because the lanes did change abruptly on the road, so we did see the car wander a little bit to find its location. We're going to make a left-hand turn to go to Phoenix Park. We're at a two-way stop intersection. No traffic from the left or right that I can see. The car is making the turn. And we've got a worker here that's directing traffic, so the car did an excellent job through that. Got a 5K race this weekend up here in Eau Claire, Wisconsin that starts down here. It's called Rock the Riverfront, and this will be the starting line for it. Looks like they're getting everything set up, and that looks good. Excellent job slowing down for that vehicle pulling out. All right, so we've got the trip loaded into Carson Park. This will continue our journey. Car is doing a great job navigating through those turns, and we are going to make left turn up here. I like that it signals to get into the turn lane and it does it before it crosses the white lines. I have had some mixed results with the vehicle turning left or making lane changes when there are solid white lines and not using the turn signal. So I'm very pleased to see that it made that transition very appropriately. Green light and green arrow, we're going to make our left-hand turn. Coming up at a stoplight, we've got some traffic stopped here, and the car is coming to a stop all by itself. It does visualize the lights again and all the cars around us, so excellent visualization on the screen. We're going to make a left-hand turn up here and then proceed over to Carson Park. So we'll be going through some areas where I would expect to see pedestrians, and we'll see how the car does. So we do have a stop sign or stoplight at this intersection, but there is no green arrow. So the car is going to need to determine if there's any oncoming traffic. Shows everything's clear and it made the turn. We can see that it slows down appropriately for traffic that's slowing down to make their turn. Again, nice lane discipline following the route. As far as full self-driving, the capability right now, I feel it's about 85 to 90% there in terms of no interactions and being able to proceed very well. So, for instance, in this case, the car was making a right-hand turn. I would have just navigated a little bit to the left to maintain my speed, but the car slowed down for that vehicle that was partially blocking the lane. We've got the green light, so we'll make the turn here. But otherwise, navigation, as you can see, for the most part, is doing very well. It's maintaining lane discipline, maintaining the set speed, yielding for cars and other traffic and hazards in the road. You still have to pay attention as you're driving. It's definitely not fully autonomous. But I think that it does a very good job in terms of navigation. Crossing the bridge, this will take us over into the Carson Park area, where we will arrive at our destination. Car beeped at me because I was driving through an area where I wasn't quite sure, and so it needed some interaction with the steering wheel. A little jerky, a little hesitant. I wouldn't stop if I were driving going through that, but the car was trying to find a route through the turn. And at that point, we are at our destination. So let's recap. How did we do? Well, we started at Altoona at the beach. We drove through some country roads, a few intersections, city streets. The car avoided traffic, did an excellent job maintaining lane discipline and getting us here on the route. I felt like it had a couple of hiccups through some of the intersections. One of the intersections, it struggled with lane discipline. Another intersection, turning, it was a little more hesitant than I would be. But overall, I felt full self-driving was good, very safe, and today I had 0 interventions. So that's a win for full self-driving. Right, if you guys haven't seen it yet, we are going to take the car through the car wash. So I'll show you how this works. First thing I'm going to do is put the car into car wash mode. So to do that, I go to the service menu, and then while the vehicle is stopped, I'll get the icon for car wash mode, I'll hit that. This is a self-guided automated car wash, so we just need to get here on the tracks. One of the things that I am concerned about driving into this is that the tires The wheels on this car are 20-inch rims, and I don't want to get too close to the edge to ding the rims. So once we're here, I'll enable free roll. That'll fold the mirrors in, and we'll continue through the wash. Alright, so that's the end of the car wash. To get out of the car wash, all we have to do is put the car into drive and then exit car wash mode, and we're all done. So the question that some of you may wonder is, do I actually use full self-driving outside of making the videos? Well, I actually do. And so this is a perfect example. I did wrap up the full self-driving test video that I did. I thought I was done shooting, and I thought I'd turn the cameras back on and give you a real-life inside view of how I commute in day-to-day with full self-driving. So this is the return trip back home after shooting the video, and we'll let the cameras roll for a little bit and then I'll just end it. And we're just about at the destination. With that, I will end the route. Have a good one, guys. We'll see you next week.